Ladies and gentlemen, Budgy Smugglers, we're back.
We're back,
we are
baby.
back, you bloody legends. My name is comedian Jeremy Dooley. I'm joined by fellow comedian Stevie B, Steven Bradshaw. What's been happening, Stevie B?
Not much. International podcasting is back again. We have a ton to talk about this week. The cricket, the UFC, the boxing. We've got some soccer. Oh, my God. I've got 2 new segments that you don't know about as well, Dools, which will be fun to talk you through. So we're going to get all into it. Also, I don't know how much you've heard because you're overseas at the moment, but we'll talk about the Swans saga a little bit. Going to be hard to make that funny, but goddamn, we'll try. Before we get into it though, Jules, how are you, mates? It's weird just checking in with you for an hour or so once a week. Miss you, mates. How's it going over there?
It's weird. I know. It feels like I've been away for ages. I have. Mate, it's going good. It's going good. I tell you what I ate the other day. I ate a haggis. Oh, yeah. We don't have time to mess around. I ate some haggis. I had a haggis and square sausage and brown sauce roll.
That sounds pretty... I mean, haggis is terrible, but that sounds pretty good.
It was not bad. You know, once you like mentally get past the fact that it's haggis, it's all good. So that was. I've had a bit of haggis this last week.
Love that culinary experience for you. My recollections, I'd had quite a bit of whiskey before I went in and went to a little underground restaurant and tried it, and I was not impressed. What were your thoughts?
Well, I haven't had it on its own, and I think that's the key.
Yeah,
you know, smart. I had a pulled pork and haggis roll that was really good. The other day I had a black pudding and sausage roll as well. That was a bit dry.
As in a sausage roll or a roll with
no, as in like with sausages. There were like 3 sausages in it, and then 2 black puddings on top of it.
Yeah,
the roll.
Not great at food, the Scots, are they?
No, not at all. Not at all. But we watched the eclipse last week. Did the eclipse make it to Australia?
No, I think that might only be on your side of the world. I did see a skateboarder got one of the greatest photos I've ever seen. That was pretty cool. How was that for you?
I did see that. Look, it wasn't as dark as it apparently got in Spain. It got a little bit dark, but I was sitting there with Jared Gandrew, we were watching it, and then we're like, is this it? It was a little bit underwhelming. It was like a 90% eclipse, but that meant it was still light. There was enough light that you were like, is that it? Yeah, we're checking our clocks. So it's already happened. What?
I'm not a big
that was fun.
Eclipse guy. I'm not very big into I do believe, obviously, aliens built the pyramids. That's just facts. But have you ever had maybe through a partner? Chelsea strikes me as someone that might be in touch with astrology and whatnot. Is that ever headed your way, Dools? Have you have any thoughts on it? Did the eclipse hit you in the feels in any certain way? Mercury in retrograde?
Absolutely not. And Chelsea would be very disappointed in your assessment of her.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
It was no, I haven't. But let me tell you, I did get stopped by a fortune teller this week.
All right, now we're talking.
Which was
I
was just walking. I mean, I was literally walking down the street to another show. I had another gig, and I was like sending a text message, and this guy just stops me, and he said a lot of different things, and I was like, okay. He didn't want anything, and I was holding my pockets because I was like, is this like a scam that's being had here? Then he just kind of shook my hand and left. But he said I needed to stay away from a fat woman with black hair.
Oh. I didn't know you've ever met my mum.
He said that that were his words, and he said that that person will give me bad advice, and I need to stay away from them. So, just saying, I'm on the guards now.
If you had have seen a fortune teller back home before you went overseas, do you think they would have let you know about the QR codes on your flyers?
I
I'm
certainly
glad you
hope
laughed
so.
at that because I saw that. I didn't want to message you because I'm sure you're busy. I'm glad you're laughing because I saw that and my heart broke a little bit because I know what you're like. I know that you have everything down to a T. You're very well planned and thought out. And I was like, oh no, poor Jules. That would because if I'd done that,
Yes,
I would be shattered. So I didn't message you because I
absolutely.
wanted to hear about it in full, proper from you. So what happened there, mate? I felt really bad for you. Sorry.
Yes, yes, yes. So, probably about 2 months ago, my little one, he had hand, foot, and mouth disease from daycare. So, it's basically get like all these little blisters, when you hand, foot, and mouth. And so he was very, very unwell, wasn't sleeping well, wasn't eating well. And it's very rare for adults to get it. But as I learned, not impossible. And so I got it as well. And that's also when everything was due, all the marketing and all the flyers and stuff like that. So I was running off no sleep, no food because I couldn't eat anything. I had, then that flew into like tonsillitis and all that sort of stuff. So it wasn't like it was a bad sort of thing there. And I think I got confused between my poster design and my flyer design because I remember checking, being like, this is perfect, this is great, this is locked in, but I must not have done that with the flyer. And so I sent it off, and I was sending people to the Golden Gate Hotel in South Melbourne. I had given away hundreds of flyers in Edinburgh for the last little bit with the wrong information on it. And I'd made, because I thought, all right, well, most people will just scan the QR code. So I made the QR code a little bit bigger and the actual location a little bit smaller. So thankfully, a lot of people had still been coming to shows, but I think I'd think about how many people didn't come because they scanned it and they're like, oh, this doesn't even go to the right place. Well, we'll go see something else instead. So that was a fun thing. And I only found out by accident as well because I had just done a show. We're like, 10 days into the festival at this point. And I'd just done my show. I ran to another show that I was on, and I'm standing there, and I just changed my link tree a little bit, the design, the colors, and stuff like that. And so I thought, I wonder how it looks on the phone. And then I scanned the QR code, and it said Melbourne International Comedy Festival, and I was like, oh no. So that's been fun.
Well, I'm glad you found out. I know that would have sucked, but it sounds like you're in good spirits and got it all sorted out. And yeah.
Yep, we're getting there. We're getting there. So, it's thankfully there's a very, very good printing place here, Edinburgh Copy Shop, and they came to the rescue. I sent it like that afternoon. I picked 1,000 flyers up the next morning. So they came to the rescue. But the next day, like before my show, because I didn't have those new flyers yet, I remember I was giving out those little games for No Time for Games. So I had all of the sticker sheets there because I was just like, I'm going to do this. And they had QR codes on it. Yep. So I spent the whole morning with every single flyer that I had, cutting out those QR codes and individually sticking them on flyers. So, yeah.
The fun of festival atmosphere. There you go.
That's it. So that's what's been happening.
I've got something that'll cheer you up, Doors.
Yep. What's been happening?
I did a gig.
What do you got?
I did a gig last week, and you're not going to believe.
Wow.
You're not going to believe this, Doors. It was with Troy Kinney. It was a good crowd out in Moorabbin. You're not going to believe this, but somehow I opened my set with some stuff that off the top of my dome, and it didn't go well.
What happened? These are my favorite stories.
Oh my good! I was there and I was like, it was an interesting venue. It was kind of like in the industrial area, beautiful venue, LOEV.
I've played there. Yeah. I headlined there once.
Did you?
Yeah. It's a cool space.
Awesome space, and they had a thing. They were giving away tickets at the start. And the way to win free tickets to the next event was to say the name of the venue correctly. which I couldn't tell you what it is, but everyone kept getting it wrong. So I made a joke about that. They didn't like that. And then I started making, I said, I've always wanted to perform in a giant shed filled with every piece of shit my nan's ever owned. That didn't go well. And then I made a joke about the TVs. That didn't go well. And then there was like a painting on the wall. I said, that's a portrait of my nan when she was younger. And it was like a nude. That didn't go well. And then, so I just scrambled for about 45 seconds with just sucking the energy out of the room. And then it took me, and you've seen me do this before, it took 2 or 3 minutes of what normally goes very well, going moderately to not as well as it normally does until about 4 minutes in when I got them back on track. But yeah, I was up there. I was going, fuck, I can't wait to. Literally, I was on stage. I can't wait to tell Dooley about this. He would have been shattered. He wasn't here for this epic moment of bombing.
I love that.
The good thing
I love that so much.
The good thing, I get off stage, and then Troy Kinney, who he wasn't there when I got up on stage, I was like waiting around, and he just comes, he's like, great set, mate. And I was like, oh, fuck, I can't believe first time performing with him. And he's like, yeah, I only came in halfway through, but you were killing. And I was like, thank fuck you didn't see the first half, because it was, it was rough. But yes, that was my big gig last week.
Oh, there you go. That's cool. It's a weird little venue, that one. It's I mean, it's not little. It's quite a big warehouse situation. Very cool space.
Absolutely. Great space.
Yeah, if you're not doing well, that silence in that venue is very loud, I would imagine.
Well, the first couple of minutes, I was like, it must be because the roof's so high. The last must just be going straight up and I can't hear them. But
love that.
Good.
That's good for you. What else has been happening? What have you been doing?
Oh, no, that's pretty much it. I've been battling another cold. It's been one of those years where it's just, you have a kid, so you've got a good excuse. I don't know. Me maybe going and mingling with common folk a little bit more. And I just feel like I'm either getting sick or getting over being sick for the last couple of months. So that's been annoying, but no one wants to hear about that. So yeah, that's that. Just gigging, doing some stuff, and then just excited to be here with you.
Yep, that's it. That's wild. Hey, I had someone the other day ask me a question because what's been happening is because of the food that I've been eating here and I've been posting about it, I'm getting a lot of people who either have been to my show here and then started following me, or vice versa, message me asking me if I'm okay and doing welfare checks on me. So even Goundry, and I'm saying here that the combination is myself, Jared Goundry, and Zach Riley. Me and Goundry, because we're always posting about the stuff that we eat. He had an audience member last night bring a care package because she thought that we were like really, really poor and like eating the worst things ever. But the interesting question was, based on food alone, if you could perform in one country, what country would that be? This came
food
from
alone.
Kai. Kai asked this question. And Kai, not spelt how you think either. Actually,
K-A-I?
how do you think it was spelt?
K-A-I?
It was spelt exactly how you thought it was. Because I thought K-Y-E, but it was K-A-I.
I don't think anyone's been called K-Y-E ever. Not once.
Yeah.
Well, there was that famous gig that never happened at the Southern Cross Hungry Jacks. That would be based on food alone. That might be one that I would go for. But probably food alone. I'd like to bomb in Mexico. Love to bomb in Mexico. What about you? What was your answer?
Yeah, Mexico was in there. Italy was in there. Turkey was in there as well. Love a bit of Turkish food. But I think the US of A.
What for food?
Because they've just got the dirtiest, wildest food options you can ever think of.
You lived in the US for a while, and as a professional athlete, so I can't imagine it's the best place to be. Los Angeles when you're cutting weight. In-N-Out burgers.
The
and
food,
such.
the best thing about living in LA is that because it's like where Hollywood is, you get all the actors, you get all the models, you get everyone trying to make it. You can eat very, very healthy there, but also because it's America, you can eat very, very not. And there was a place near me. It's since shut down. It's called the Hollywood Way, and it was like a sports bar in like near like, you know, on the outskirts of Hollywood, and you'd go there, and they had this one burger in a brioche bun, and it was sausage links, pulled pork, it was minute steak, onion rings, and then bacon in the burger. Oh, with cheese, obviously, in between everything, and it was a delight. And I had sweet potato fries, you know, for health purposes.
You gotta health it up a bit. Love that. I can't. Yeah, I was surprised you said America, but I guess you got a lot of cuisines there and whatnot. I noticed that Scotland didn't make the cut.
Scotland did not make the cut. I haven't tried a Scottish spice bag. Apparently, they do it slightly different to the Irish. So, looking forward to checking one of them out in the next few days. Apparently, deep fried pizza is a thing here as well. You can get like a deep fried pizza slice by the slice, not the whole pizza, but wouldn't mind giving that a crack one night.
Yeah, have a crack at that. I'll give that a crack. That sounds pretty good. Love it.
That's it.
There you go. Do you want to hear about some sport?
Yeah, what's been happening?
I'm interested to see what you've heard and what you haven't heard while you've been over there. Firstly, Australia lost to Bangladesh in the cricket test.
I did hear this, and I heard this because I was at a show and one of the comedians who's Australian referenced the cricket, and the audience, no one from Bangladesh in the room, all Scottish, English, they went off like, what about Bangladesh? Hey, you're shit at cricket. It's made the news over here that the Bangladesh beat the Aussies was it in Darwin were they playing or somewhere? I don't know.
It sounds like they've heard more about where you are. I've barely heard it. It's barely been a drop of the ocean over here. No one cares. The reason I bring obviously Australia losing to Bangladesh has never been in the cards in my lifetime. Like that just doesn't make any sense at all. Is cricket over, Dools? Where does it rank in sport? Sorry, I'll let you answer that first.
So cricket used to be the Australian cricket team. They used to say that the most powerful role in Australia was the Prime Minister, and then second was the captain of the Australian Test team. Now it's not the same, you know. And I think here's my theory. All right, I think it's because of digital TV. When TV went digital, you get all these extra channels there. Used to be in summer, the only thing you could watch was the cricket. Yep. And so you were just into the cricket. You had no other choice because there were no other options. Now people are like, oh, I don't want to watch cricket anymore. This is shit. So that's why they made 2020 to appeal to people who are like idiots with low attention spans. And now they're into that. And so the quality has dropped a little bit. So I think cricket has like slid a little bit in the national psyche.
That was my
I think you still...
question is, where does it? I know it's slightly at least above swimming, but I can't think of any other sports. Like, what would it be? AFL and NRL in the top couple? I think coming off the World Cup, you'd have to have that up there. You'd have to have basketball.
Yeah, you'd have the Socceroos and the Matildas would be up there.
Yeah,
and I would say, I'd say it's probably
fourth.
On par with basketball.
On par with basketball.
And I would say that Australian basketball will very soon overtake cricket.
It already has in my book, but yes, not for everybody. So basketball. And then what about, I don't think MMA has the mass appeal that maybe cricket does. Not everyone can. No. You're not playing backyard brawls the same way you're playing backyard cricket. Like you're not going to get into a sort of you're not going to pull guard on Nan at Christmas, so no. Well, it depends on your family. I shouldn't judge anyone, but
you might. Yeah, you're not doing beach MMA.
Yeah, you're not doing beach MMA. That sounds kind of fun though. But,
it does sound fun in the water. Yeah, add a little bit extra danger.
Do you think that? Do you think backyard and beach cricket has been what's propping it up for so long?
Tell you what, there's nothing better than playing high catches at the beach when it's like the person batting is on the sand and you're all sort of like, in the shallow, like where the waves are starting to break. That's summer.
That is good.
That's the best. That's better than cricket.
Speaking of someone who holds the Melton Primary School record for most runs in the Nova, it's much more fun to play than it is to watch cricket.
Especially if you're batting or bowling.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. If you're
just standing,
forget about it.
If you're like a middle order batsman who can't bowl, you've got the worst job ever.
Oh yeah, and
because you're in the middle order of batting. So realistically, like if they've come to you, that means like the bowlers aren't far away. So you're not going to get a chance to bat for very long, and then you can't bowl. So you're just standing around all day for 5 days. Ugh.
And you're probably not in the slips either. You're probably out wide. So then when they change ends, you've got to like switch over somewhere, and you got to walk. But oh my god, that's brutal.
Yeah,
that might be the worst
horrible
gig in Australian sports is a middle order batsman.
I would agree.
Got some other huge news over the weekend. Volk,
okay,
he's coming back. UFC
he's coming back.
333 against Movsar Evloev. LOEV,
okay.
Same as the venue I bombed at for a couple of minutes last week. Who the hell is Movsar Evloev, Dools?
No idea, but I hope that he has a performance that's worse than yours at LOEV. That's what we want. We want him to bomb.
Where he just bombs.
Yeah, and then that's where the fight ends. I don't know much about him. I haven't been paying too much attention to him. I watched Quillen's fight the other week. I saw the finish of that. I missed this bit of news. That's good news that Volk's back. I don't know how much longer he's got, so I think we just appreciate him while he's still stepping in and still competing, and hopefully he puts on a good performance and can get his hand raised. But I'm imagining this guy's probably a good wrestler. He sounds Russian or some description.
Nailed it. 20-0.
20-0. Geez. Okay.
Here's an interesting fact that I already don't like him because of this. Movsar Evloev does not have an official fight nickname. Do you have any ideas for Movsar Evloev?
He could go as the most of Mevlev or whatever his name is.
Movsar the most Evloev. Movsar no love Evloev. Oh, that's got a good ring to it because his last name it doesn't spell love.
Mo Loveless Evloev.
I like that. All right. Well,
no nickname. He needs to work on that.
No nickname's a better nickname than not having a nickname.
Just say no nickname.
No nickname. Evloev. Got no idea.
Yeah, pick your name.
Someone that doesn't need a nickname. I'll tell you why. Because he has two. He doesn't even have two first names. He's just got. Teremoana knocked out yank DeAndre Savage in the second round. Teremoana, Cook Island and Australian, so a man very close to my heart, is just an absolute beast in the ring. No one's ever touched him. He's undefeated. They've flown down a yank. DeAndre Savage, awesome name, DeAndre. And he just flipped up in a couple of rounds. I don't know if you saw any of this, but he is on a tear. He's got Eddie Hearn behind him, probably the second biggest promoter in combat sports behind Dana White, I'd imagine, in terms of a following online and whatnot. But did you get to see any of this? What are your thoughts?
I think that's good. Anytime you beat an American on our home soil, that's always good. Well done to him. I don't know much about him. He's got a good double barrel name. We like that. He's one of your boys. The question is he contributing more to pop culture being from the Cook Islands than you, Steven Bradshaw? And at what point does he become a rival?
He came arrival last week because he came out and he had a full Cook Island traditional dance troupe doing a hula and a dance on his entrance, and it was absolutely awesome. And literally the first thing I thought of is I'm going to have to change that joke soon, which was a bit sad. I'll tell you what else is sad. DeAndre Savage, not going to believe this, two segments in a row, no nickname.
And he's got the perfect name for a nickname.
Exactly. What?
Even just two. Just the two is
Macho Man.
He could just go, exactly. He's got so many options with that name.
That doesn't even make sense. Teremoana.
What is he doing? What a missed opportunity.
Well, he only goes by his first name. Teremoana doesn't have an official fighting nickname either. This is one of the weirdest episodes I've ever. I can't believe this.
This is so disappointing. He should make his nickname the Pride of Cook Islands.
I've trademarked that already.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
What would that would be? Yeah, no, that's pretty good. All right, I'll give you something else. Portuguese giant Sporting CP, this is right in your wheelhouse, have placed Mo Toure on their short list. Should Luis Suárez leave the club, while FC Porto and Hull City have also requested updated information on the Australian Dools. What are you hearing over there in Europe? Mo Toure is on the move. They should call him Move Toure.
Move Toure. I tell you what, he's been banging in goals and assists for fun for Norwich City in the Championship. His best mate in the story, Aaron Kunda, just signed to Sporting CP in Lisbon there. So I think, that could be a very good partnership. Get the two Aussies there. And of course, Hull City just signed Lucas Harrington, the Australian defender as well. So another Aussie connection. I think he's shown that he's a level above the Championship in terms of his ability to score in a variety of ways. So it'd be good to see him, take a bit of a promotion. I think actually going to Portugal would be better for him, a bit more of a transitional league than the Premier League, and especially a team like Hull who are going to be, fighting tooth and nail to stay up. The one thing that Hull might be good for him is that'd be more playing on the counter attack, which suits him very, very well. But the idea of him building a bit of chemistry ongoing with Nestori Irankunda at Sporting is very good for the Socceroos, and Mo Toure should do that.
Also,
he'll have Mo money, Mo problems.
Mo money, Mo problems, Mo Portuguese tarts. Lisbon, one of the best places in the world I've ever been. A beautiful city, good people, except for the people that try to rob you and sell you drugs constantly. But the Portuguese tarts, you just walk into a port store and drink port, like just bang, just knock it. Oh my good. I absolutely love Portugal. That's where I'd be going. Go play with one of your great mates, one of the best up and coming players in the world, and head over to Portugal. As if you'd want to live in England.
Absolutely.
If you had the choice of Portugal or Hull City, I don't even know where the hell is Hull City.
Well, people from Hull pronounce it Hull.
Hull? Oh, because
you don't want to live in Hull. Yeah.
And that's where they've sent
take me to Portugal.
Our young fella, haven't they? Lucas Harrington?
Take me to the April sun in Lisbon. Oh, that's what Mo Toure should be singing.
What are they? The Cougars. Is that right? Hull City?
Hull. Tigers.
Yeah. The Tigers?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't think they've got a name. I think they tried to do the whole Tigers thing for a bit, but
this is no nickname episode? I don't get
this is
at all.
Weird episode. This is like the Bizarro world.
Unbelievable. Well, I'll tell you what else is unbelievable. The Tahiti Pro wrapped up in the last week.
Chopu. Was it in Chopu?
It might have been. Chopu is what you do after you eat the haggis and sausage roll. Izzy Nichols was the only Aussie to make it to the semis What's happened to Molly Picklam's the only one ranked in the top 5 of men's or women's? What have our surfers done this year, Dulls?
Well, maybe we put the moz on them by getting around them too hard, and now they're like, oh well, we can cruise now because the Budgy Smugglers podcast is really getting around us, and maybe they've like rested on their laurels a little bit. Maybe we need to get off them for a bit, and they can, they can rise up to the occasion.
It's gonna be pretty.
I think that's the likely scenario.
It's pretty easy to get off them when they're not doing anything. So I think maybe we'll have to lay off the surfing. I did have Molly Picklam quite high on my end of year potential power rankings as well. So I had her number. You
would have thought so from last year.
2. I also had Oscar Piastri number 1. I had Steph Kyriakou number 3, Rhea Ripley number 4, Jackson Irvine that was my top 5. None of them will even make the top 10 this year.
No.
I tell you what, Dyson Daniels needs Quillen Sarkill, a 1 from 10. Yep. I'm going.
Yep.
This year. Isabella Nichols, of course, her nickname is Dools.
Big Nick.
Bella, which isn't really a nickname. That's an Aussie nickname.
No, it's just...
Yeah, it needs to be like Dizzy Izzy Nichols or something like that.
Or Bella's Beach.
Bella's Beach, yeah. Bella, yeah, that's way better. Bella's Beach.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. All right, let's get into it. What all the listeners want to hear about. It's time, Dools, for off-field antics. And boy, howdy, were there some off-field antics this week, Dools. And I'm very excited. I don't know how much of it's made it across the world. It's not really a ditch or a pond or whatever. Has it?
It's made it.
What are they talking about over there, Dools? Because this is one of... before we get into it, because we are going to be making jokes and whatnot, I assume you are. You're gagging for it, but this goes without saying. We don't know any of the details, and we certainly won't be making light of any situation to do with any potential victims. If you or anyone you know has been a victim of sexual assault, DM Dools and he'll send you where to go. All right, Dools, what has made it across over there to the UK?
So that the famous Sydney Swans no dickhead policy that they love talking about. Actually, maybe they've got a few dickheads, So that's the big thing that's been coming out. They got a few dickheads. So that's, and I mean that in the literal and metaphorical way, dick heads. There's been a huge outcry over here that I've been seeing about how it's been reported. And people are saying like, well, who gives a fat rat's clacker that it's going to derail their premiership season, because that's not what it's about. And everyone's like, oh, but these poor footballers who always find themselves in these bad situations. Well, think of the footballers. You got to think of the footballers. And, they've proven that once again, they're young, dumb, too well paid, and the dickhead policy. The AFL would be just freaking out because that's their team in Sydney. They're always trying to break into that Sydney market, try and beat NRL, and maybe they thought, well, let's beat NRL by doing some NRL type behaviour from our Sydney team.
It was definitely giving NRL vibes. This whole thing.
They've been in there too long. That's what's going on there. It's some dickhead behaviour, and the AFL should throw the book at them. So should the Swans. They shouldn't have to wait for the AFL to do that.
I did have a couple of your takes I wanted to hear. Number one is what, obviously, until we know exactly what happened and who may or may not have been involved, but whatever the scenario, what are we thinking? They can't play this weekend. That's obvious. If you're Sydney and you've got these types of players on your list, you have a famous no dickheads policy, even if it's found not to be a big deal, if it's found to be whatever happens, what do you think Sydney should do with these players?
It's still, whether there was you think about some of the worst allegations that are coming out, and even if they were found to be not true, everything else still makes them look like dickheads. So, like, they are being dickheads. And if they really stand by the Bloods culture, we got a no dickhead policy, then you got to flick some of them off. James Jordan, it's his second club. Chad Warner's been wanting to leave. These are some of the players allegedly involved. Isaac Heaney, one of their club leaders. And it's like, okay, cool. If they're doing dickhead things, and this has only come out because of what happened. You think about how many things haven't come out. I don't know. You can't, if you want a good culture, you got to flick off the idiots who are pushing dickheadery.
Well, that's where I landed on this one, Dools. I thought they have this no dickhead policy, regardless of what allegedly has happened or what hasn't happened. These guys put themselves in a terrible position where something could go wrong, and that's on them. And if you have a no dickhead policy, get rid of them.
Give them the flick.
But I guarantee you right now, most of them, if not all of them, will be on the list, and they'll probably be playing in the next few weeks.
Yeah, you can almost guarantee that. I'm sure there'll be some spin. You're already seeing, Kane Corns talking about, it's going to ruin their premiership. Who gives a fuck about their premiership chances? They've done something a little bit worse than a game of football. And even if it's not as extreme as some of the things out there are being said, it's still, they've not found themselves in this situation. They've created the situation.
Yeah.
They're the dickheads.
Done.
That's what I think. Throw the book at them,
they
punish them.
It, but if they had any balls, they would, but they don't. All these clubs, you've been at Clubland, they're all talk until something happens, and then they fold like an accordion, so to speak. But if they had any, they could, they could get a lot of draft. There'd be bidding wars. They're still talented players. There'd be clubs willing to give them a second chance, which they should, provided nothing terrible has happened to some of these players. But you've said for so long that your culture means more than anything. Blood's culture. If there are people on your list that are doing the wrong thing, putting themselves in bad situations, being dickheads, then you need to stand by your code and get rid of them.
Yep, that's it.
The other thing I would like,
it can't be fair weather. Hey, I just got to get my charger because I'm about to run out of battery.
Yeah, sweet. Do you think? Can you still hear me on your headphones?
Yep.
All right, cool.
Yes,
I'm gonna talk for a little bit while Jules is getting his charge. I'm sure it won't take long. But Jules, I'm interested from all the way on the other side of the world what your WhatsApp chats look like. Because one thing I do want to talk about is when something happens, the rumors and everything that gets flown around is wild, and then sometimes those rumors get reported on. Like, for example, something that popped up yesterday that I heard pretty quickly that was making the rounds was that a female person got hit in the head with the back of a dildo, fell over and smashed her teeth out, and then people sent through photos of a female with no teeth, which would be horrible if it did happen. Maybe it did, but it seems like it didn't. How do these things just get out of control so quickly and so many people believe it when usually it's false and it's just something one dickhead's made up and it makes the rounds?
Oh, because it's the juiciness of being like an insider, getting insider gossip and information. The picture that was sent around, because there was a picture that was sent around, was like not of the person involved. That came out pretty quickly. It was from someone else in a totally unrelated thing from a few years ago. But it's having been in footy clubs, having been I'm in so many group chats through comedy. It's like things get passed around like wildfire because it's like, oh my God, did you see this? Bang, did you see this? Bang, 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 bang. So it spreads very, very, very fast.
Yes.
It
is wild.
So, yeah.
Wild.
Throw the book at them.
All right. Get rid of them. I've got 2 new segments. They're very quick, Dawes.
Okay. All right. Let's.
The first one is when we. I'm going to put it right here in today's pod. We need good news stories here on the pod. We do have lots. We're celebrating athletes, but just something that warms the cockles of the heart. Think of if you're watching the news, it's someone petting a koala at the end, even though they've just talked about war for the last 28 minutes and weather. So I had got a really heartwarming, lovely story I wanted to share with you today, and it's nothing to do with an Aussie athlete or anything. It is the world of sport, but listen to this. Grab yourself some tissues because this is going to really just make you happy and
Okay, I've only got happy tissues next to me, but that's good.
Perfect. That's what you need. In good news
They're a bit
week,
sticky.
Italy's Sarah Curtis, 19, has broken the women's 50-meter breaststroke world record previously held by Australian
what stroke?
Kaylee McEwen.
Oh, yes. We love that.
Well done, Sarah Curtis. I told you it was a good
Well
news
done.
story. How good's that?
That is a great news story. Well done. We
All
like that.
Suck on that. Anyway, and then the second segment, I don't know if this is a segment or whatever, but I keep getting told by people that this is where they get all their sporting news. I'm sorry if that's one of you listeners, but I'm glad that we can help. But what I thought, I just want to give a shout out to things that are coming up before next week's episode. So if you are if you're at home on the couch on the weekend and you do want to click along and watch something, the AFL finals, they heat up starting on Thursday. So
do they?
The final round.
The AFL.
It's a final round. I said finals.
Oh, final round.
Final round. That kicks off on Thursday, which in terms of heating up, Dools, it's inconsequential essentially. And I know you're not a big fan of wild card round. How do you think this has gone for the AFL?
Yeah, I'm glad it hasn't worked out for them.
There we go.
So there's going to be so many players dropped this weekend who are in finals teams, or they're like, oh yeah, just general soreness. You're going to see a lot of that this week. A bit of awareness in the hamstring, if you will.
Yeah, decap.
You're going to see some shit games.
It would be terrible.
Bruised, football.
Right now, the Western Bulldogs can get stuffed for resting the Bont this weekend because that costs the Saints a spot in the wild card. So suck on it. All weekend long from Friday, the F1 is on. In the Dutch GP, Piastri's back fighting against his dickhead mate Lando Norris. On Saturday, the Wallabies playing against Argentina in rugby union, something we never talk about, but I thought that was...
Get around them.
Yeah, they might go off in Scotland.
The Pumas.
Yeah, let's go. And then on Monday, Demonure is, I think, in the final round of some tournament no one cares about. So, yeah, that's what's on this weekend. What do you think of that segment?
There you go. That's a good segment. I think we could,
it's just a slow time in sport. When the NBA starts,
I think giving people a bit of, hey, this is coming. You know. Did you see the Boomers training footage?
Oh, did we not? We didn't talk about that, did we? Sorry, I know we talked about Benny Simmons. I tell you what, Dyson Daniels. It seems as if the whole camp he didn't miss a single shot. Ben Simmons went 100% from three. Looks like $1 million. Can still
wearing tracksuit pants.
Johnny Furphy sitting on the sidelines. He looks like he's ready to come back. But I did see that quite a bit, and I got talk about happy tissues. I was very excited to see big boy Box Hill Benny back on the basketball court, banging.
Yeah, he looked good. All he's got to do is, if he wants to be there, then he's got to put in the work. He could be there. He's still only 30. He's got plenty of time.
Yeah, he's got another 5 years.
He could come back. He looked good. He looked fit. He looked strong. He was wearing trackies. That's just an odd choice, but whatever. Good on him.
Great.
Well done.
Nothing else. Do you have a top 5 for us, Stills?
I do have a top 5. Here are my top 5 things I've thought about in Edinburgh. About Edinburgh. Here are my top 5 things I've thought about Edinburgh whilst also being in Edinburgh.
I thought it was top 5 things that you've just been thinking about in Edinburgh. It's like,
about Edinburgh.
Introspective. I like this. All right, lay it on me, Jules.
I thought, okay, gee, that building looks nice. I've thought that often.
Cobblestones.
Every day I'm like, wow, that building looks good. Yeah, and then I'm like, oh wow, it looks like a magical city. Coming in at number 4 of things I've thought about Edinburgh.
I thought you were doing it.
That was one of them.
Sorry.
That was number 5.
Okay, I'm with you now.
So, and I am here during Edinburgh Fringe, so obviously it might be different outside of Edinburgh Fringe. But the 4th thing that I've thought about about Edinburgh whilst being in Edinburgh is, geez, it would be nice if people walked in a straight line at consistent speeds, because my God, do people just love a stop and then like a sharp turn out of nowhere. It is infuriating. And then you get like a row of people just walking super slowly, hogging the whole footpath, and you can't get around them. That just like grinds my gears.
Yep.
Grinds my goat, whatever the saying is. Third thing that I've thought about Edinburgh whilst in Edinburgh is there's a lot of ramen joints here, and that's cool. We like that. There's a lot of ramen places. I had a hell ramen yesterday. That was the thing on the menu. It said hell ramen, and it was meant to be super, super hot. It was not as hot as I was anticipating.
English hot is not
but
hot.
That's good. No. I think poor Zach Riley, if he had it, he would have struggled. But I think most people who can handle spice would have been fine. Coming in at number 2 of things I've thought about Edinburgh is I really like their beer Tennant, the Scottish beer. It's good. It's very smooth. It's easy to drink. It's everywhere. It's their Guinness, but it's not a stout. It's a lager. It's pretty quality. They got good booze here. Beers. They got good whiskey, scotches, obviously. The home of that. So that's really good. But the number one thing I've thought about Edinburgh whilst in Edinburgh is, oh my God, there's a castle. Every day I'm walking, I'm like, shit, there's a castle just right in the city. There's a castle, and people don't seem like blown away by this. They're so used to it. But every day I'm like, do you know that there's a castle just there? Every day. That blows my mind. I've got a lot of photos of the castle from the same angles. So I'll have to delete a few of them at the end of the trip. But that's my top 5 for this week.
Love it. Absolutely love it. One thing I'd do before I'm going to do the power rankings in a sec before we wrap up. I've been seeing, I'm interested to hear your thoughts. A lot of people, and this wouldn't be you at all. I know it's not you or Gandry or Riley, but in my feed on the TikTok and on the Instagram, just a lot of people whinging about the fringe, complaining about money and crowds, and doing skits on stage about their struggles and cancelling shows. I saw a guy put up a really big post cancelling his show, and it was all...
I saw that. Yeah. Did that make it on your feed as well? Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah,
and I was just like, shut the fuck up. Was my thinking, how has it been over there? Is that a common thing with the people you're hanging out with, or is it a vocal minority that just love a whinge?
I would say it's a vocal minority. I'd say there's definitely, I've got nothing to compare it to because it's my first time here, but there is a sentiment that there's a lot more people leaving, like, because audience members can leave reviews, and there is a sentiment that audiences are a bit grumpier this year and are leaving bad reviews. And the general vibe is that if they're at the free fringe, because there's 2 fringes kind of running, there's one that's free fringe where you don't have to pay, but at the end you can leave a donation. And the general feeling is that if you're leaving a bad review, but you've gone to free fringe, then you're a piece of shit, because you could just not leave a donation at the end, and that's giving your opinion, because it's free fringe. So it's generally for newer and up and coming and first timers like myself. So that's been a bit of a sentiment. There's a few people who they think are bots as well, leaving fake reviews. Because then they're like, I went to see, someone posted about it, and they took a screenshot. It was an anonymous review being like, this person's show was blah, 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 blah. But then I went to this show at this time, and it was really good. Just some funny buggers like that. On the whole, though, I think Fringe it's great. I think it's very well run. Everyone seems very, very supportive. The actual festival are very supportive. They're always doing things for the artists.
I say all that. I should, here. To clarify my remarks, this is not coming from people. Everyone I'm speaking to is having the time of their life and saying you've got to come next year, all that kind of stuff. But just online, I was interested to see if there is a sentiment. Or is that just there's always that at every festival I've ever been to. It's usually the shit people complaining. Every
festival. And look, the Fringe, it's such a lottery as well. You're going to get some people are in great locations at great time slots. Some people have shit locations, shit time slots, and everything in between. You know, I was chatting to one guy last week, and he'd so far had to cancel every single one of his shows because no one had turned up. But he's like, well, this is just what happens at Fringe. And, you know, they say that everyone will have to cancel a show or two here and there. And then, you know, you could sell out the next day. And that's just part of it. I don't know. I'm having a great time. It's a great festival.
Yeah.
I think if you're a comedian or an artist of some type and you can afford it, you should come here and do it.
See you next year. And, bro, here is my power rankings coming in at number 10 because he looks so svelte in the video, just knocking down threes. We've got Dyson Daniels. Also in the basketball, she's continuing on. I'm starting to follow her very closely. It's our girl, Jade Melbourne, in the WNBA.
Yes, mighty Melbourne.
One of the informed guards in the whole competition. That is until Enos Freedom joins. Kyle Fletcher has dropped down to number 8 in the AEW, the international champion. Coming in at number 7, I thought I'd just give a shout out to retiring, played his last game on the weekend, Dion Prestia, 4-time premiership player, played across multiple clubs. Oh, he might go on next year, but have bumped into him out and about, and a nice dude as well, a little meatball. So,
played very well, the meatball.
Yeah, like that a lot. Coming in at number 6, he's about to sign potentially a super max veteran minimum contract, Ben Simmons in the NBA. He's back. Coming in at number 5, she was the only surfer left standing. Isabella Nichols. What nickname did we come up with again?
Bella's Beach.
Bella's Beach. Nichols coming in at number 4 after being number 1 last week. Quillen Sarkilled. Quillen
is killing.
Quillen,
the
inventor of sex. And coming in at number 3, he's the talk of the town. Everyone wants a piece. Dools is frozen up on me. It's Mo Toure coming in at number 2. Mo. No nicknames, no surnames. It's Teremoana, and that's not a bad nickname. Coming in at number 1 after a fight being announced in just a few months, it's Alexander the Great Volkanovski back up to number 1. That is the power rankings. That's it for me on the show. Dools, anything you want to plug other than the fact that you're just gigging several times a day over there in the Scotland?
If you're in Edinburgh, Daddy Cool, 12:15 every single day at the Brass Monkey. It's your perfect lunchtime show.
Fantastic. Oh, God. I don't have...
What about you? Do you have anything you want to plug? You got any gigs?
Oh, I've got the bloody... What have I got tomorrow? Punters Club. I think I've got something else on Thursday. Next week, I'm on the coast somewhere with Nick Cody.
He's getting back in it.
And then got the Geelong Comedy Festival. Tickets went on sale. I'm doing Geelong Comedy Festival up late. So get around to that. If you're a Budgy Smuggler listener, you'll see I had to put Dools on the poster because I didn't have any photos of myself from last year. So maybe we'll sell out this year because of that. But that's it for me.
Good stuff, team. All right, Smugglers. We love you. We'll see you next week.
Bye.